We'll be discussing fundamentals of design of pavements. So first point, that is design life. The design life or performance period, it refers to the period of time for which the initially designed pavement structure will last before any rehabilitation is required. Means design life of pavement is nothing but the pavement will serve, that is serving is nothing but it is allowing the vehicular movement on the pavement structure without undergoing any failure, uh, till it demands rehabilitation or till it demands a restructure of the existing pavement. So that period we will call as design life of the pavement or performance period of the pavement. Hope you are getting. For example, design life of pavement we are saying as 10 years. Means those 10 years is not demanding any rehabilitation or restructure of the existing pavement, and it is serving right without undergoing any structural failure. So that period we'll call as a design life or performance period of the pavement structure. And design life is the time elapsed as a new or reconstructed or rehabilitated pavement structure deteriorates from its initial level of surface ability to its terminal level of serviceability. So initial from its initial level of serviceability to its terminal level of serviceability. Initial level of serviceability means when you have constructed a new pavement or rehabilitated or reconstructed pavement, whatever type of pavement is there, from its initial point, initial days when you are allowing the traffic, from that period to its terminal level of serviceability. Terminal level of serviceability means it has formed potholes, it has formed cracks, or it is well maintained and for 10 years it is serving better. Hmm. So it's a terminal level of service. Design life depends on the uh, type and the level of maintenance period for the design life, right? So whether we are doing a seasonal maintenance, right, yearly maintenance, regular maintenance, all those things we need to see. And what is the type of the payment, whether it is national highway, state highway, what is the type, what is the locality, what is the type of the bitumen materials which will be used, which you have used. uh, for example, national highways, expressways, you might have observed all the time it looks like a new road only. There is no pothole, there is no formation of cracks and other things. So it is a regular maintenance of the pavement structure, and during its construction all the precautions were taken. So it serves till its design life as a as if it is a new pavement itself. But some of the roads like village roads or other district roads, we observe within a few years of its construction, we observe potholes, formation of major cracks, aggregates are coming out. So all those things are observed because of less or almost zero maintenance. Then those roads are not maintained properly, right? So and the analysis period is the number of years that any design strategy must cover. For example, analysis period for a different highway conditions. So high volume urban roads, that is analysis period is 30 to 50 years. High volume rural roads is national highways, state highways, those things. That is from for 20 to 50 years. Low volume paved roads, that is for 15 to 25 years. And the low volume aggregated paved roads, so that is for 10 to 20 years. But here it is slightly different. In case of low volume aggregated paved roads, it is 5 to 10 years. So likewise, as the volume and the type of road condition where you'll be constructing, the analysis period increases. As the volume decreases, the analysis period decreases, maintenance decreases, right? So those things we need to understand. Traffic factors. Traffic is the main factor which decides the pavement thickness, because the traffic is nothing but the repetition of load, the repetition of wheels on the pavement structure. So it decides the pavement thickness. Traffic count survey need to be conducted at road junctions, then uh, imaginary sections, some of the intermediate sections of the road, to determine the passenger number of vehicles per unit time period, right? So that survey is done as per IRC, that is for 7 days 24 hours, a night 24 hours, 7 days. 7 days survey is done. You might have observed of near the some of the road structures, they'll put up a tent, and they'll be having a book, and they'll be counting. They'll be just observing the vehicles and counting on both the sides. That is up movement and down movement. Both the movements they will record, right? Minimum of not for 7 days, at least for 3 days. 24 hours count need to be taken, including one weekday and two week, 1 weekend and 2 weekend days. So likewise, it need to be considered. Apart from that, many factors are there. And that is, there should not be any festival. There should not be any other functions or events, major political events, which has increased the vehicular movement on the road. So such things should be avoided. Festivals should be avoided, right? So weekdays and weekend, including, it is that's why it is preferred to take 7 days. 7 days will include weekdays and weekend, and we'll come to know the variation in the traffic volume, right? Ultimately, we will be checking the different category of vehicles. We'll be classifying the volumes, right? Vehicle, that is 2XL, 3XL trucks, buses, minibuses, small cars, passenger cars, right? So all those things are categorized and analyzed the traffic factors. Future traffic prediction also need to be done. That is vehicular growth, then equivalent in terms of CSA, cumulative standard excels, it need to be predicted, and for the design period, all the predicted traffic count is considered and designed. Next is wheel load. Pavement wheel load causes stress and strain in the pavement layers and subgrade layer. The tire pressure determines the area of application, right? So as we have discussed earlier, that is wheel load, or axle depends on the type of axle and other things, tire pressure. So those things need to be considered. Impact, uh, imperfection in surface and at joints cause additional load due to impact, right? So there may be chances of the pavement getting damaged due to the impacts, and those whatever joints and formation of potholes, those need to be corrected in time to avoid the impact load on the pavement structure. Then repetition of wheel load, cumulative load application cause plastic and elastic deformation, and road geometry, horizontal curves and vertical curves create an extra stress due to centrifugal forces. So that also you might have observed, especially during summer season, the pavement or the bitumen will get melt, and will application it has collected in one of the corners, right? In especially in vertical curves, there is an extra force due to acceleration or deceleration, application of brakes. Mm. They or the formation of rutting in case of flexible pavement, especially vertical curve. When you are going in in towards Hubli. That time you might have observed, especially loaded trucks. Those will form the rutting action. Position of wheel load across the pavement, iron tired wheels, climatic factors. So these are the things which need to be considered. Okay. So next class we'll be discussing stresses in pavement by single layer theory and two layer theory, Bosni's and Burmister's theory. Okay. Thank you very much.